Ultra Vegito Blue. Yes, this guy has been the main topic of discussion in the community lately, and to be honest, we're pretty much guaranteed to get him for part 3 of the anniversary. So today I'm gonna make a top 3 teams to use for Ultra Vegito Blue. So let's go. Okay guys, a few things to keep in mind before I talk about the team is that I'm gonna be making some assumptions because obviously we don't know what the unit is yet and what he's gonna look like. So I'm gonna have to assume his typing, color, his ultra ability since he's an ultra. So just keep those things in mind because if they're different from what I'm assuming right now, the teams might also slightly change. Alright guys, so the first team we're gonna talk about is Fusion Warriors. Just imagine that LF Vegito Blue is Ultra Vegito Blue. I'm gonna assume he's gonna be red because all of his teams need a red unit. And also I'm gonna assume he's a melee type because, well, that's the best thing they could give him, to be honest. He's gonna flow well with all of his teammates. And yeah, let's get into it. So right now we're gonna also assume that his ultra abilities for Fusion Warriors. So we have here Ultra Gogeta Blue and Ultra Super Vegito. Those are gonna be the 3 main units you wanna bring into battle. And for the bench, since I'm assuming he's red, we have Super Gogeta to Zenkai buff him. We have Super Vegito to Zenkai buff Ultra Gogeta Blue and also give health to the whole team. And then we have Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 also giving health to the whole team and Zenkai buffing Ultra Super Vegito. This team has like a really good bench, like two health buffers and 3 Zenkai buffs for each unit. That's insane. Like, this is a really good team. The only thing I would recommend is the fact that if you plan on using this guy, you need to have him at least 10 stars, I would say, because if you have him at 5, I don't think he's gonna cut it even with the Zenkai buff. I feel like Ultra Super Vegito is a good unit, but he's not that great anymore, so you definitely need the stars on him to be meta viable, you know? Obviously, if you don't have the 3 main ultras on this team, like Ultra Vegito Blue, Ultra Gogeta Blue and Ultra Super Vegito, I say don't build this team, it's not really worth it. Maybe you can cope instead of this guy having, where is he? Where are you? This guy at 14 stars, he might be pretty decent, but again, I feel like, I don't know, he's not gonna be the greatest option. Neither of those two are like amazing right now, but I feel like at least this guy can support your team by debuffing the others, so at least your UGB and UVB are gonna do a ton of damage. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you don't have those 3 guys, you cannot really build a team. Also, this guy, he's fully Zenkai buffing Ultra Vegito Blue, but his Z ability is pretty low. It's 25% to strike, attack and defense. So if you consider like better Z ability for the whole team, you might want to use this guy. He's giving 40% to both defenses and then 20% to strike, attack for Vegito characters. So if you put this guy here and then put this guy in the leader slot, just so he can get that Vegito unique, then everybody's getting like basically better stats overall. But the problem with this guy is, even though he's a free to play unit, everyone can have access to him. His Zenkai buff is gonna be halved, so he's not gonna give as much to a Zenkai buff. So basically you give less to Ultra Vegito Blue with this guy, but give more to the whole team overall. So it's up to you what you wanna do. And other than that, those other 2 guys are like perfect benches. They give health. This guy also gives strike, attack and strike defense. This guy is insane, man. 30% to strike, attack and defense, and then 12% to max base health. Like, this guy is the perfect bench, and he also Zenkai buffs Ultra Gogeta Blue. It's insane. Okay guys, so the second team we're gonna talk about is Future. We just got the Future Zenkai and the free to play unit, so the chances for this guy to have this ultra ability for Future are really high. And with that being said, Ultra Rose Goku Black is probably gonna be his best partner. A melee type, still a fantastic unit. And then I have Sword of Hope Trunks. He just got a Zenkai, and honestly he's a really great unit. And by the time Ultra Vegito drops, this guy should be a Zenkai 6 or at least Zenkai 5 for everyone. So yeah, great option. I'm gonna talk about other options as well, but before that, let's talk a bit about the bench. We have Trunks and Mai at Zenkai 7. They're gonna Zenkai buff Ultra Vegito Blue. We have Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta at Zenkai 7. He's gonna Zenkai buff Rose. And then we have Mai, who's giving us 25% to health for the whole team. So this team should flow really well together. Trunks is Zenkai buffing himself, by the way, And yeah man, I think Future is gonna be a great option for this guy. Also they have like a lot of crazy equips and use a full Future setup with Vegeta Clan and Powerful Opponent. They have all kinds of like equipments that make this team deadly, plus the big health buff they got from Mai is like just insane. Okay, so let me talk about some other options if you don't have Trunks Zenkai Awakened, or if you don't have him at all. Obviously you wanna have Rosette there, because if you don't have Rosette then this team is not as good as it can be. So you wanna have Vegito Blue with Rosette, that's a must. If you don't, like, this team is not gonna be like his best team probably. But instead of Trunks, let's see, we have some 1% that are really good. Maybe you can still use them also, but I'd say you need to have this guy really high stars for him to tank and like to do some damage, because even now like his damage is not great anymore. He can disrupt a bit early game, but after that goes away and he's just like rush fodder, you know, so you don't really want a unit just like that. But still, if you have him at like I don't know, like 12 stars to 14 stars, he should be fine. Another decent option is obviously Future Gohan, support unit. Again, he's not gonna do much else except supporting and disrupting, but at least he's giving you a decent chunk of support. He has endurance, so he can maybe tank a rush. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And another option I can think of, but I'm not sure about this one because I don't have the unit, is the red transforming cell. I'm just gonna put this cell instead for now. But yeah, I don't know how good he is because I don't own him, and I faced him a few times. He didn't feel bad, he didn't feel great, but still I think he's a decent option if you have him at, I don't know, maybe 9 stars to use him. If you don't have like Sword of Hope Trunks or Future Gohan, Cell might be actually a really good partner for those guys. He's also melee type from what I remember. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But in my opinion, the best thing you can do is this guy, Sword of Hope Trunks, endurance unit. He has a gauge, he has some disruption with that gauge, he's a good last man stand. Obviously he's gonna be the first one you throw away, but if the game plays in such a way, you can still have a unit that can bring you back from a sticky situation. Like Future Gohan or Zamasu are not great as a last stand unit, but this guy he has endurance as well, I think I already said that. And yeah, he has access to some really good equips, plus this guy is gonna give you access to some of the Vegeta Clan restricted equips. Like this one for example, it's a pure and you have to have a battle member that's Vegeta Clan. This one also you need Future and Vegeta Clan to get this middle slot. So basically if you can use the Trunks, use him because he's gonna help you out with equips as well. So this is Future, let's hop into the final team. Before I talk about the final team, if you enjoyed this video so far, make sure you give it a like, subscribe, that's gonna help the channel a lot and I would really appreciate that. So thank you. Okay guys, this final team I'm gonna talk about is probably gonna be his best setup as well, at least in my opinion. And I had to build 2 different teams for this one, depending on his leader ability, not leader ability, ultra ability, if it's fusion or future. It could obviously also be Godki, but I don't think they want to do that because Godki is not really a competent team right now, and I think they want to focus this guy to be an asset for his best teams, which is future and fusion. So here is the first setup. I actually called it Godki with a question mark because the 3 main units you want to bring into battle are all Godki: Ultra Rose, Ultra Gogeta Blue and Ultra Vegito Blue. But this, as a bench, is actually a Fusion Warrior setup, and you have Rose in the leader slot, so the whole team works out perfectly. And obviously for the bench you have the same thing as the Fusion Warrior setup. You have Super Gogeta to Zenkai Buff Ultra Vegito Blue, you have Super Vegito to Zenkai Buff Ultra Gogeta Blue and give health buff, and then you have another health buffer in Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. If you want, you can sacrifice a bit of the Ultra ability for Ultra Vegito Blue and Ultra Gogeta Blue. Take this guy out because you already have health bench with Super Vegito, and use this guy to also Zenkai buff Rose. This could also work because this guy is buffing Godki with his Z ability. Yeah, he's buffing Godki, so Ultra Vegito Blue and Ultra Gogeta Blue are just gonna miss 5% from their Ultra ability, which is not a big deal. And that way you give Rose a Zenkai buff, or you can just keep like more health. That's not gonna hurt anyone. Yeah, I'm on future right now, so I'm not gonna switch it back. But yeah, this is basically his first Godki. Shut up, Rose. So this is basically his first Godki build. His second one is basically a future build with Ultra Gogeta Blue in the leader slot. So basically you're just swapping out a main unit from Future and a main unit from Fusion and putting the other Ultra that's really strong, because I think this is gonna be a great team composition, just having Gogeta, Vegito and Rose, both 3 Ultras on the same team. I feel like it's just gonna be disgustingly strong. And yeah, here is the God Key number 2, the Future variant. You have Ultra Gogeta Blue in the leader slot. This is assuming that Ultra Vegito Blue has his leader ability for Future. This other one is for Fusion, okay? So if he's Fusion, build this team. If he's Future, build this team. And again, you have a Zenkai buff for Ultra Vegito Blue with Trunks and Mai. You have a Zenkai buff for Rose with Vegeta. And then you have the health buff from Mai. You don't have a Zenkai buff for Gogeta on this setup. You can not Zenkai buff maybe Vegito because he's like the newest unit, so he's gonna have the boost anyway from the feature boost, and then throw this guy on. The only problem with this guy is that his Z ability is blast based, like really blast based. I don't think he gives any strike attack. He's like a lot of blast attack and defense, so his Z ability is not great, but this guy is gonna Zenkai buff Gogeta Blue because he's purple and God Key, so that way you have a Zenkai buff for him as well. But again, I don't know, it's up to you who you wanna Zenkai buff on this setup. You can Zenkai buff either or you can even like just take this guy out and Zenkai buff, not Zenkai buff Rose, and where are they? And Zenkai buff Ultra Vegito Blue and Ultra Gogeta Blue. You can Zenkai buff 2 of them. Obviously you wanna keep mine there because having a health bench is really good on every team. If you don't have that, your units are just gonna die super fast. So you wanna keep mine there. And honestly, in my situation, because my Ultra Gogeta Blue is 14 stars, I'm probably gonna just Zenkai buff Rose and UVB and keep UGB like without a Zenkai buff. He's in the leader slot anyway, so he's getting absolutely everything. So yeah guys, this God Key setup I think is gonna be one of his best setups. Obviously those are pretty much setups that you can build with actual tags that work together more or less. You can obviously start doing funny teams and like put Ultra Vegito Blue on Unireps and have him run with Goku Frieza. That's also gonna be a pretty disgusting team. Maybe have Heat on there. That's gonna be extremely disgusting. Just imagine Heat with Goku Frieza and Ultra Vegito Blue in the leader slot and build a full Unireps team. I don't know, I feel like that's also a good setup if you have Heat. I don't have Heat, so I didn't even think about it until now. But yeah, I'm gonna run one of these two probably or the Future setup with Sword of Hope Trunks. And yeah, I'm not gonna talk about equips for this guy because since we don't know exactly his color and his typing and all that, and what other equips are gonna come out and what other equips are gonna awaken, it's too much uncertainty. But DNG is gonna make a video for sure once UVB drops about the best equips to use for him, and I'm gonna link that video in the pinned comment. So if you're watching this video after Ultra Vegito Blue dropped and you're also interested to see what his best equips are for him, make sure you check that link in the pinned comment. And yeah, those are his 3 best teams, at least the ones that work with his tag. If you wanna build funny stuff and put him in the leader slot on other teams, I recommend Unireps. And yeah, probably people are gonna come up with some other weird teams that you're gonna find on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram and wherever. But his main teams for his main tags are the ones I showed you right now. And if you have all those units, definitely try some of these teams out, and I hope you can have fun. And also I hope you're gonna pull him when he drops. And if you don't think he's dropping, like tell me what do you think he's gonna drop, because if he's not Ultra Vegito Blue, I don't know man, I don't know what they can do, because they literally just, they're buffing Future. What else can they do? Ultra Zamasu, I don't think he's hype enough. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Ultra Fusion Zamasu is hype enough to be an Ultra. Plus, come on bro, it's Vegito. It's anniversary and Vegito. They always put those two together and make a lot of money. But anyway, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like, subscribe. As I said, that's gonna help the channel a lot. And if you check out DNG's video, make sure you do the same for his channel. He's a great content creator, so make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And yeah guys, good luck when the Ultra drops for summonings, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Yeah, I see you thought it was over, but then the fusion tango boosted power, roasting opponents. The coldest foes that I'm owning, the key is flowing in ocean. You had the nuts to step through one of us, but now you're facing both with these.